Now let me show you the easiest possible way to come up with a simple copy solution from a storage account container to the next. So the easiest way to do that is simply to hit the ingest button. And the ingest button is gonna start a wizard that is gonna support you to set up a built-in copy task to run it for once, or maybe on a schedule. Run it once is good for me. And here I have the source type panel, and this source type panel is gonna create a data set. And this data set is pretty much like one certain type of a data source or a data destination. Could be cloud-based, could be on premises, as long as it's supporting representational state transfer or any sort of OLEDB or ODBC driver if you want that. And here we have the actual connection string that needs to be created for, in this case, an Azure Blob storage. Let's just give it a name and let's specify the default integration runtime that is hosted in the cloud and that is using some compute infrastructure to actually perform this integration job for running the ETL procedure here. And when it comes to authorization, we can choose between an Azure Storage Account Key or a SAS in this case. An SAS is a shared access signature, so it's pretty much like a connection string on steroids that also supports conditional access control and everything. And you can also use a service principal, which is recommended to production infrastructure when it comes to implementing zero trust security architecture. So using the account key is pretty much quick and dirty. If you want that, it's good enough just to perform this integration operation in a non-production scenario. So just pick and choose the subscription and the decent storage account here and click on the test button. And after the test was successful, you can hit create, and the data set and the linked service is gonna be created by the wizard. So let's configure the source data store. Here we have, in this case, our connection to my source type, which looks good. And now let me browse through my container service here and let me choose the input folder. And this is my CSV file with the data already in it. So this is pretty much like my data source. And I want to read some binary data here from this file, and I want to do it recursively. Maybe it makes sense in this particular demo situation. Let's hit next, and now let's configure the destination for my ETL pipeline here. Now let's dive into my blob storage account again. Let me browse to my container, and now let me hit the output folder, and here I have my empty CSV file, which is supposed to be my data destination for this integration solution. So the rest looks fine to me. Let's hit next. And now I have a task name already specified by the wizard. Let me just leave it like it is. Let's hit next. And now I have the summary on the screen, summarizing all the important information about my ETL solution here. Here I have the properties of my task. Here I have the data source, the data destination properties, and the copy settings. And if you like everything you see, you just hit next, and the wizard will take care of the rest. And what's happening in the background right now is that all the necessary entities for this solution are created in the background. And now let's dive a little deeper on the details.